Hi everybody, this is Jessica the Book Rep Goddess, and I am posting a response video to the Book Rep Misty's book chat video that she posted on the 5th. This has been a really hard video for me to do because um, the book's about choices and how you choose books and how your choices have changed and so on and so forth, and why you choose what you choose, and the book community, how has that changed you, so on and so forth. And for me, it's a really hard question without going on and on about it. I'm going to do this one more time, and hopefully I get it right this time, and hopefully I don't go on for 10 minutes. Basically, as a child, I didn't have a whole lot of choices. It was, very limited. I babysat, so I got books from the people I babysat from, and occasionally my grandmother, because for whatever reason we didn't live real close to a library, and my mom was a full-time working mother, and I was home alone a lot with taking care of my brothers. So basically I was kind of like whatever I had at home, whatever the school library had, so on and so forth. So it was kind of like fantasy novels from the school library, and I had a girlfriend and I babysat for her kids. She was in her early 20s, and I used to watch her kids, and she was really big into the bodice ripping books, and that's the historical romance books that were extremely graphic. It wasn't like your Harlequin, it was your Zebra. And they're very graphic, but I was very mature for my age, so we knew in my house, my mom was very open. It was like whatever, we knew what was going on. Would I let my kid read it? No. But that was a different time, different life type of thing, but whatever. But those were the types of books I read back then, because I was limited on choice. Now, over time, my choices changed. I went from the bodice ripping historical whatever to the more fantasy, and my philosophy was I live a real life, why read about one? So I was really into the fantasy and the science fiction. I read a lot of the books like The Seeker, The Legend of the Seeker. The covers were awesome. High fantasy covers are great. Some of them are cheesy, but I love them. And that made me slowly, it took me from fantasy to the paranormal, because I started liking the vampires and stuff like that. And then from there, once my kids started getting older, I started reading what they were reading, the YA, the middle school grade stuff, like when Harry Potter first came out. Big. It was also to encourage my daughter to read more, and I read with her because she had struggled with reading. So that kind of got me reading the middle grade stuff, and from them, as she progressed, I progressed. So I've probably been reading YA for the last 7 years, and loving it. Loving it. Apparently I'm loving it. I'm blogging about it and everything. And basically how I get my recommendations is from library. We've been going to our local library since my oldest daughter was 5. So, we've been going there a really long time, and now her and I, we both go check out my other daughters and the library programs there, my son's in the library programs there, and it's just to encourage them to read and get them involved. And I joined the blogging because to get my daughter into reading and to keep up with what she likes, and it was a way for us to bond more. We're already close, but it was a way for us to do something together and bond more, and something fun that we could enjoy. And we love talking about books, we love shopping for books, and it's just something that we both can do together to keep us connected, I guess, in more than just hi mom, bye mom, gotta go, type of thing. Okay, well, what are you reading? Is it good? And it opens the lines of communication, and it can start other conversations. Anyways, but then my middle daughter, she loves the Margaret Haddocks, the Brandon Mulls, Rick Riordan, and I read a lot of those to keep up with her too, because I still enjoy that, because she's into the higher fantasy and so am I. So that's fun, and that's how I choose those books. But it's really funny. Misty made a comment that going in and reading YA. She used to say she was getting the books for her sister because, you know, it was kind of embarrassing. And I would do the same thing with the books that I was picking to read for, because my daughter, I would say they were for my daughter, because I was embarrassed. And my daughter and I don't really, I mean, we read some books that are safe, but we have she likes contemporary and I'm more fantasy. So it's kind of funny. I was going and telling them, and I'm sure they caught on after a while, but because of how long we've been going there, and knowing what my daughter would check out, what I would check out. But it was one of those things. I was embarrassed to tell people that I was a YA reader, and now I could care less. I've got a lot of friends hooked on YA just by telling them that how good it is. But the way I choose my YA is, 1, recommendations off of Goodreads. 2, I'm a member of Barnes & Noble, so I constantly get updated on what's new that's coming out, and stuff like that. But I will say, the bloggers on YouTube, I've bought a ton more books from watching blogs and different, reading blogs and watching blogs, because of all the information, all the arcs that people get and everything else. And their reviews have led me to go and buy books or check books out from the library that I may not have known about or picked because of that. I haven't done a whole lot with the arcs yet, as far as soliciting publishers for arcs or doing anything like that. I haven't really even attempted that yet. I don't know if I'm going to, because I own hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of books, and it's no lie. I think my daughter and I counted, just our YA was over, probably, I think it was over 1,300 books, just our YA, and we probably together have maybe read about 500 of them. So we still have a lot to go. And I keep buying more, so it's just a bad addiction. But that's how I choose my books to read. Now, the NetGalley, I became a member of that, and I have been getting a lot of arcs from them, and I'm realizing how big of a chore it is to keep up on that. And before, I was requesting everything. Oh my gosh, I gotta read that, I want to read that, you know, anything with a good looking cover, with a cool title. And then, because they didn't always approve you, and they declined you a lot. Well, as time went on, they started approving me more and more, and I found myself getting behind and more behind, and that made me feel guilty. So now I'm reading, I'm requesting less and reading more, if that makes any sense. I'm requesting less so that I can get more and get more quality reviews put in. I'm changing the way I'm reviewing. Hopefully my reviews are getting better. They're not so quick. I tend to feel like I'm rushed when I write a review, because I want to get it out so I can get on to the next book. So I don't always put as much thought into a review as I should. I'm trying to be more conscious of that. So all these things play into the factor of my reading, to try to keep up with my reading schedule. Sometimes I don't always read the books that I want to read, because I have a NetGalley book that I need to review, or there's a group that I joined that I want, and I have to read these books, or there's a group at the library that I have to read these books for. So doing all these different things has kind of changed it. So like Misty said, I'm reading maybe less for enjoyment and more for schedule. I mean, there's still books that I want to read, don't get me wrong, but there's always that one book on your shelf sitting there going, read me, you know you want to, and you're sitting there going, ugh. So the way I do it is, you know what, if there's a book sitting on my shelf that's just begging to be read, I make it a priority to read it that month or the next. And that way I don't feel cheated, and it doesn't sit there in the back of my head where it's constantly nagging me, and then I can't read anything else. Because if I do, I found that I don't read as many books during that month, and I just feel cheated, like I'm cheating myself. So basically, that's how I choose my books. That's how I do my scheduling. And I don't know. Hopefully that gives you guys some insights. And if not, no big deal. But check out Missy. She's awesome. I'm going to try to link these videos up. And I will see you guys in the next chat. Bye. Thanks, Misty.